Everything God does is for us. His original purpose in giving us free will in the first place is so we can have a choice, so we can experience love or have the possibility of experiencing love. And there's so many things he does to uphold justice out of love for us, out of his zeal for us, and the fact that he wants us home. An interesting, large example of this that God showed me recently is the Babylonian exile, which is a huge and important piece of context in the Bible of the people of Israel, God's people falling away to sin and living as the people around them did and being exiled and taken away from the land of God, taken to Babylon and exiled for the most part, almost all of them. And it's in that situation that God shows us what a covenant with him based on our own strength and ability really looks like. Because the covenant they were living out of, the way that they had access to God's peace and love and joy was through their actions and through repentance via their own actions. God set out a law with rules and the ways to follow those things. And so he was with them, but it was based on their own ability. And so in that, we see that we are incapable. We see in history that they're incapable. That's what shows us that. That's why I can tell you that I'm incapable, because we see, again, throughout history, that if you have a covenant with God based on your own ability, it leads to something like the Babylonian exile, because we fall away to our own desires and we need to be able to have God give us the ability or a path to choose, and that he can be our strength to surrender to. And so if God has now given us the power over sin, that it no longer has power over us, but his spirit is set in us, and so we have all authority on earth, all power over sin, then what does it look like to fully walk in that, to live that way? What would that mean, or what would change in your life if you were living as if that were actually true? You might believe it, but are your actions showing that that's what you actually hold to be true? Or maybe your actions are your actions are showing that you believe something else is actually true over that. And so what might that be? And so I'm calling you to really a time of introspection today, to, as I usually say, take 5 minutes, step away from the shorts, have something raw and real, go sit and look at a tree or something, right? And change your scenery. But in putting your phone away, think about what that would look like to access and live out that power. It would probably be something regarding total and constantly increasing surrender to God, where you seek wisdom and follow him, living as somebody who is actually already set free, and understanding and saying over yourself that you have complete power over sin, not because of anything you've done, because you are in him, because he created everything.